All right, guys, good morning. We are on Thursday of Unit 4, Week 2. We're going to be doing a week review starting with our digital trifold, and then we're going to be reviewing for your selection and comprehension test tomorrow. Earlier this morning, we worked on our spelling, and some of you worked on your vocabulary practice tests. It's okay if you guys get words wrong, okay? Nothing to be embarrassed about. But the more you practice every day, the better you're going to do on your test on Fridays. Don't forget to also do your grammar and mechanics game. And if you have if you have not completed your selfie writing, and I should actually highlight this in pink because that does need to be completed. If you have not finished your selfie writing today, you need to make sure you get that done, okay? And then if you have any missing from prior weeks, make sure you get those done as well. Unless you are a new student, then you just need to get the selfie writings from whenever you started our online school, okay? Or the independent study program, sorry. All right, we're gonna work on that digital trifold first. So what you guys are gonna do is you guys are gonna go to Google Classroom, go to Google Classroom. If it says stream was updated, you can click show. Okay, what do I do now with Cami Math? Can I close it? Yes, you're going to turn it in, and then once you turn it in, you can close it. All right, now what you guys are gonna do is you're gonna click on classwork. You're going to click on classwork, and then you're going to scroll down to ELA. Scroll down to ELA, and then the second one from the top on ELA says Wonders ELA Digital Trifold, and it's for Thursdays, which is today. So go ahead and open that up. You'll see this window pop up, and it should say your name, and then you're gonna open that up. I'm going to give you guys a minute to do that. Go ahead and do that now. All right, it looks like a lot of you guys were able to find it. So what it does is at the beginning, it's going to take you to this first slide. We're sliding all the way down to Unit 4, Week 1, which is our story Volcanoes. So you'll notice that a lot of these have pictures, and those are some old stories. You may have read them maybe with your other teachers or with me. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep scrolling till you find the one that says Volcanoes. Oh, there it is. So it's going to have like an orange background. In the bottom, it says Unit 4, Week 2, and it might be around slide 49. Around slide 49. You guys might have a different one. So Daniel's is on slide 50. Daniel's is on slide 50. Danica's is on slide 50-ish. Ava's is on 49. So it's on either 49 or 50, okay? Perfect, Dimitri. You can actually exit out of Spelling City and go to Google Classroom. Go to Google Classroom, Dimitri. All right. While we're helping our friends get to the right places, I'm going to go to the next slide after the volcanoes. So you're going to go down one slide, and then we're going to answer these questions here. How are magma and lava alike? Give specific examples and page numbers. So because we need page numbers, we're going to need our book. And since I'm here with you guys, I will open up my own book for you. So you don't need your book right now. However, if you are doing this on your own, or if you want to review it, you are always more than welcome to use your own book. But since I'm here with you guys, we can just use mine. So the question again was, how are magma and lava alike? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skim through this and see if I can find words magma and lava. Okay, I see volcano. I see black. I don't see anything about lava or magma on the first page. So I'm going to go to the next one. Okay. I do see magma for yourself. And it says, okay, right here, let's see.
Compared to the whole Earth, the Earth's crust is thin. The crust is broken into pieces like a cracked, hard-boiled egg. Each piece is called a plate. Deep inside, the Earth's core is so hot, the rock around it heats up and moves. As the rock heats up, it rises. Near the crust, the rock cools off. Then it sinks. Scientists think these currents make the plates move. When the plates move, melted rock inside the Earth rises. This melted rock is called magma.
Okay, so melted rock is called magma. Now on this page, I see the word lava. So I'm going to see maybe I'm going to try to find out the difference. What's the difference between magma and lava?
If the plates move far enough apart, magma reaches the Earth's surface. Magma may explode into the air. It may flow onto the Earth's surface. When magma flows out, it is called lava. Lava flows out at different places around the world. If a lot of lava flows out at one spot on the Earth's surface, it forms a mountain, a volcano. Many are along the edge of the Pacific Ocean. No wonder this is said to be a ring of fire. Volcanoes
Oh,
around the world.
okay. So magma is going to be the melted rock inside of the volcano. And then lava is what flows out. When magma flows out, it is called lava. Okay, so lava is that melted rock when it comes out. So think of it in the sense of like it changes. When it comes outside, it changes and it's gonna look and it's going to be different. It's kind of like when I don't know, like when you have water and you put it in the freezer, when you put that water into the freezer, it's going to turn into ice. It changes in different like environments, it changes. Or like if you put a bunch of like liquid like egg and flour and sugar and you mix it all together and you put it into the oven, when it comes out of the oven, it changes into a cake, right? So, or like some cookies. So that's what, so magma and lava, they're similar things, but when it's inside of the volcano, it's called magma. When it's outside of the volcano, it's called lava. All right. So let's go ahead and write that. So we learned about that on 324 and 325. So page 324 to 325. And I'm not going to write a complete sentence. I'm just going to write inside volcano is magma. When it comes out, it's called lava. And you know what? I'm going to put this on different.
Did we copy that?
Yes, you can. I'll copy paste it right now. Okay, I'm going to put in the chat for you guys. So page 324 to 325, inside volcano is magma. When it comes out, it's lava, okay? You can even make it simpler. You could just write inside magma, outside lava. All right, next one. Name 2 ways volcanoes can cause damage. Give specific examples and page numbers. So now we're looking for how volcanoes can cause damage. If you're not done with this one, the answer is in the chat. You can also watch this on YouTube later and pause the video when you need more time. So let's see. How can volcanoes cause damage? I'm going to look for words that might have to do with damage.
Where are we writing that?
Okay, so I see right here. Let's read this. I'll show you.
The Iceland volcano erupted lava under its ice covering. The ice melted and turned to steam. If you've ever watched steam lift the lid on a boiling pot, you know what happened next. Steam and gas escaping from the volcano blew magma high into the air. The magma exploded into millions of tiny droplets. These cooled and became ash. Winds carried the volcanic ash across Europe. The volcanic ash could damage jet engine parts, so it was too dangerous to fly. Airplanes around the world were grounded. Some people were stranded. After the eruption in Iceland, ash covered the ground.
So page 329. Page 329. So name ways, 2 ways volcanoes can cause damage. Okay, so page 329 says it can damage jet engine parts. So like if you're trying to fly in a plane and a volcano erupts, the jet engines, all the the things that keep your airplane in the air, if the volcano ash comes inside, it can damage it and then a plane can crash and people can get hurt. So that's very, very dangerous. So that's why when volcanoes erupt and there's lots of ash in the air, airplanes will not fly. So even though you're like, but I have to get home or I want to go on my trip on vacation, if there's volcano ash in the air, they're going to tell you, no, I'm sorry, you can't get on this plane because it's going to damage the airplane and you guys will not be safe. So that's one way, but it says name 2 ways. So we got to find another one. So you were asking where you put it down. You're going to put it down on slide either, like you should be on slide like 50 or 51. You're going to put it in these 2 boxes. Okay, I got to find one more example though.
Not just volcanic ash causes problems. Hot lava from volcanoes also creates damage. Flowing lava can destroy buildings and roads. The volcano named Mount St. Helens in Washington state once blasted out hot gas and knocked down whole forests. Mount St. Helens.
Oh no. Okay, so this was on page 330. So that's my next one. Okay, so page 330. It can cause damage. So what was causing the damage again? Let's try. The lava. So lava can destroy forests. And what else did it say? Buildings and roads. So let's say forests. It can even destroy cities or maybe towns, not cities. Well, people probably might not put a whole city in front of a volcano, but there might be a small town. Towns have roads, towns have buildings. All right, I will put that in the chat for you guys. Okay, last one. Last one on this page. Cause and effect. So because a scientist observes a volcano swelling, what is the effect? Ooh, I think I remember reading about this yesterday. I'm going to see if I can find the word swelling to help you guys find the answer. A scientist observes a volcano swelling. So what does that mean? What happens next? I think this is the last page. Yeah, so let's see if we can find something about swelling. Oh, right here.
Scientists know a volcano is getting ready to erupt when it swells. This happens because magma pushes up inside the volcano. The mountain does not swell enough for people to see it getting bigger.
So it has to be a scientist. So when a scientists know if a volcano is getting ready to erupt when it swells. So if a scientist observes a volcano swelling, that means that it's going to erupt soon. And I'm just going to write the word erupt, since I know that a lot of you guys are still writing or typing, I should say. And you don't have to make it bigger. You can leave it small. The reason why I'm making it bigger is so that you guys can read it, because I know you guys are looking at my screen. All right, guys. I know that some of us are still writing, but we do need to move on because we still have to review your assessments. So if you don't finish, no worries. You guys have time throughout the day to work on it. I also record these lessons so you can watch them later. And the answers are also in the chat right now. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next page. All right, grammar, helping verbs. Drag the circle to the helping verbs in each sentence. So the first one was done for you. Jesse will play soccer. My father has read that. Has is going to be the helping verb. My brother is singing. Is the helping verb. Max had given him the ball. Had is the helping verb. Emma is walking the dog. Is the helping verb. The house was just built. Was is the helping verb word. And then the last one, and then we're going to move on to our assessments. Use the clues in each sentence to figure out the meaning of the underlined word. Then write the meaning in the box. So, Emma is approximately 10 years old. What does approximately mean? Can you guys not unmute? Do you think Emma is Emma is Hale 10 years old? Emma is Bright 10 years old? Emma is about 10 years old? Or Emma is Plan 10 years old?
About.
About, very good. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click inside that box, and then when it turns blue, you can start typing. So the grammar activity, will or has, is, had, is, and was. And then the vocabulary activity, I'll give you all the answers right now. Okay, the moon was brilliant in the night sky. The moon was hale in the night sky. The moon was bright in the night sky. The moon was plan in the night sky.
Bright. Bright.
Very good. And then next one, the class walked down the long corridor. The class walked down the long
Hall.
It says hall. I don't know why I kept saying hail. I'm sorry. Hall, you're right, hall. And then the last one must be plan. Our family has a strategy to raise the money. Our family has a plan to raise the money. Oops, then last one should be plan, not Paul. All right, guys. I know some of us are still working. No worries. The answers are in the chat.
I couldn't finish.
So the answers are in the chat if you didn't finish. Also, you can watch this video on YouTube.
I know, but I'm still on the volcano one, and
okay,
I
so
didn't show it in the chat.
I know. Okay, so it does show it in the chat. The volcano one is in the chat. I'll put it again in the chat. Now, let me remind you, everything is going to be on YouTube. So if you are not done, you can go on YouTube after class and you can get your assignments done. Okay, all of our assignments are going to be recorded today so that you are able to do them on your own. I need to move on because we only have about 25 minutes left and I want to go over your assessments for tomorrow. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so if you did not finish, no worries. Just make sure you click out of this box. If you don't click out of this box, the last one, and it's still blue, then it's not going to save your work. Okay, I just put all the answers again in the chat. So make sure you guys get that done. What I'm going to do right now is I am going to now move on. I'm going to exit out of this. And then I am going to now move on to our selection and our comprehension assessments. All right, here we go. We are on our story, water, water everywhere. Actually, let's start with our selection test. So we usually always start with our selection anyways. All right. Here we go. Volcanoes. Read each item below carefully and choose the correct answer. What does solid mean? What do you guys think solid means? Cool and wet, firm and hard, soft and sticky, or rough and sharp?
Firm and hard.
Firm and hard, very good. Firm and hard. Number 2, where would you most likely see something steep? In the sky,
mountain.
in a field, on a lake, or in the mountains?
In the mountains.
Very good, Ava, in the mountains. Number 3, what does active mean? Amusing, careful, busy, or messy?
Busy.
Busy, very good. If you're very active, you're probably a very busy person. Number 4, a local place is far away, near your home, in another country, or a place that has volcanoes. A local place.
Near your home.
Near your home. Very good. Number 5, what is an island? Land below water, land circled by water, water circled by trees, or sand that forms a beach? What is an island?
Land circled by water.
Land circled by water. So what it means by circled, it means that there's land and then all around it is water. Okay. If you see something explode, it what?
Blows up.
It blows up. If something explodes, it blows up. Okay, properties. Now this one is a little difficult. We talked about properties. Properties of something is like how shiny it is, how smooth it is, how rough it is, how colorful it is. So what are the properties? Jobs of workers, grades of students, talents of someone, or qualities of something?
Qualities.
Very good. Properties mean qualities of something. Repeat after me. Properties mean
Properties mean
qualities of something.
qualities of something.
Okay, last vocabulary, and then we're going to move on to our story. Which of the following words means the ground or land? Border, earth, ocean, or volcano?
Earth.
Earth. Earth is the ground or land, like the earth, like earth is like dirt. Okay, I'm sorry, not last. Okay, volcanoes comprehension. Read the following questions carefully. You may look back at your book to help find the answers to the questions. Okay, what is Earth's crust broken into? Eggshells, pans, plates, or shields? You really had to be paying attention to get this one.
Plates.
Very good. I'm going to show you guys. Okay, right here. Okay, the crust is broken into pieces like a cracked hard-boiled egg, but not an egg. Each piece is called a plate. Okay. If the plates move far enough apart, magma reaches the Earth's surface. Okay, so it's plates, the plates. Number 2, how does a volcano form? Number 2, how does a volcano form? How do you make a volcano? Let's look up and see if we can find it. Okay, lava, let's read this.
If the plates move far enough apart, magma reaches the Earth's surface. Magma may explode into the air. It may flow onto the Earth's surface. When magma flows out, it is called lava.
Okay.
Lava flows out at different places around the world. If a lot of lava flows out at one spot on the Earth's surface, it forms a mountain, a volcano.
Ooh, let's read that again. If a lot of lava flows out at one spot on the Earth's surface, it forms a mountain, a volcano. So how does a volcano form?
When a lot of lava flows out at one spot and forms a mountain.
Very good. When a lot of lava flows out at one spot and forms a mountain. If a lot of lava flows out at one spot on the Earth's surface, it forms a mountain, a volcano. Very good. Number 3, volcanoes swell when what? We talked about this in our digital trifold. What happens when a volcano swells up?
Magma pushes up inside.
Very good.
Magma pushes
When
up.
volcanoes swell, the magma pushes up inside it. And so let's read that one again.
Scientists know a volcano is getting ready to erupt when it swells. This happens because magma pushes up inside the volcano.
Scientists know a volcano is getting ready to erupt when it swells. Swelling happens because the magma is pushing up inside the volcano. All right, last 2 questions. Number 4, what is the topic of the paragraph on page 330?
Not just volcanic ash causes problems. Hot lava from volcanoes also creates damage.
Ooh, so I think, so the topic is going to be about how hot lava from volcanoes also creates damage. Which one of those says something about hot lava from volcanoes can also cause damage? H. Hot lava from volcanoes can cause damage. Very good. And then last question before we move on to comprehension, how can volcanic ash help the environment? Ooh, we didn't read about that today, but we read about it yesterday. Let's read.
Of course, the results of volcanic eruptions aren't all bad. For one thing, volcanoes build new mountains and islands. In Iceland, scientists discovered the bits of volcanic ash were coated with minerals plants need to grow. After the eruption, the dairy farmer had a big job cleaning ash off his house and barn roofs. In the fields, though, the grass quickly shot up healthy and green. Soon there was plenty of fresh food for his cows. Here a farmer is sweeping ash off of his roof. The ash makes a healthy place for plants to grow.
So how can volcanic ash help the environment?
Minerals in the ash can help plants grow.
Minerals in the ash can help plants grow. Very good, guys. All right, we have about 15 minutes left. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read you guys our comprehension test for the week. Now, we are only doing one comprehension story each week now instead of doing 2. What this is, it's not a story that we have really read in class. I'll read it to you guys today, but you guys are pretty much going to be working on it on your own tomorrow. So I'm only reading it once to you guys. So what I need you guys to do is I need you guys to reread it tomorrow during your test. If you have trouble reading, then what you need to do is you need to watch this video many times before your test. You are not allowed to watch the YouTube video while you're taking the test because you can't be looking for the answers, but you can be watching it before you take your test. You can watch it today after school or during break or during non-Zoom meeting time. But I want you guys to read through this or listen to me reading through it before you take your test as many times as you need so that you can do your very best. Okay. All right. Water everywhere. Before I take my test, I'm going to look at the questions. What is the most likely reason the author wrote the article? So I know it's going to have to do with something with water. Which sentence from the text best supports your answer on part A? The supply of water on Earth is constant or never changes. What does the word constant mean in the sentence? So this one, you'll be using context clues. Number 3, draw a line to match each cause on the left with this effect. So because this, what is the effect? Because you were not paying attention in class, the effect was you did not do well on your test. Because you were paying attention in class and you were participating, you did very well on your test. Number 4, it makes currents or paths of water that are fast and strong. What does the word currents mean in the sentence? Which word from the sentence is a clue, context clues to the meaning of currents? And then last one is, what can happen when drops of water in the air bunch together? Pick 2 choices. All right, now I'm going to read the story. Water, water everywhere. Have you ever seen a picture of Earth taken from space? From high above, it is easy to see that water covers most of our world. That is why Earth is also called the blue planet. The supply of water on Earth is constant or never changes. Water on Earth cannot disappear, but it can move around. Where can you find water on Earth? Oceans hold almost all water on Earth. They are the reason our world looks blue from space. The water in oceans is very salty. It can be warm or cold, and it is always on the move. It makes waves that crash on shore. It makes currents or paths of water that are fast and strong. Water also collects in other places. It can make a river or a stream. It can make a pond or a lake. Water in these places is not salty. It is called fresh water. This water also moves from place to place. Water in streams join bigger rivers that carry water a long way. Many big rivers empty into oceans. Then fresh water turns into salt water. In Earth's colder places, you will find water frozen into ice and snow. Big blocks of ice float in oceans. Snow and ice blanket the tops of mountains. You can also find water under the earth. This water hides underground in spaces between rocks and dirt. Earth even has underground rivers. Where does this water come from? From up above. Water from rain or melting snow soaks into the ground. Rain and snow fall from the sky, of course. Water collects above Earth in the air and clouds. How does water get into the sky? The sun warms Earth and its waters. If water is heated enough, some escapes into the air. Water in the air is invisible and so it cannot be seen. This is because the water is in very tiny drops. Many tiny drops of water bunch together to make clouds you can see. The clouds are very light and float on air. When the water is just right, the drops get bigger. They get so heavy, they fall to earth as rain or snow. This water collects on the ground and underground too. Water is always on the move. It goes up, down, and all around. All right, now that we've read our story, let's look at question number 1. What is the most likely reason the author wrote the article? So we read that the title says water, water everywhere. Okay, we know that there's water all around our earth and that the supply of the water on earth is constant or never changes. Water on earth cannot disappear, but it just moves around. So sometimes it gets evaporated into the clouds. Sometimes from the clouds, it'll fall back down. Sometimes it'll go in underground rivers. Sometimes it'll be trapped in ice. So water doesn't disappear, it just moves all around. So what is the most likely reason the author wrote the article? To describe water on Earth, to describe ways we use water, to explain how to use water with care, or to describe ways to have fun with water?
To describe water on Earth.
Very good. To describe the water on Earth, where it is, how it moves. And what sentence from the text best supports your answer that this article was written to describe water on Earth? Have you ever seen a picture of Earth taken from space? Does that describe the water on Earth? Water on Earth cannot disappear, but it can move around. Where does this water come from? The clouds are very light and float on air. Which one of those gives us the main idea about water? Which one do you think is like the topic sentence?
Water on Earth cannot disappear, but it can move around.
Very good. Water on Earth cannot disappear, but it can move around. Okay, Next one we have number 2. The supply of water on Earth is constant or never changes. What does the word constant mean in the sentence? Very big, going away, always the same, or different at times. If something is constant, let's use context clues. It says constant or never changes. If something never changes, so for example, like this one, my remote control is never going to change. It's not going to get any bigger. It's not going to get any smaller. It's never changing. It's just going to stay the same size. So what does the word constant mean?
Always the same.
Always the same. If something is constant, it is always the same. Like your brother or your sister will always be your brother or sister. That's going to be a constant thing. They're not going to one day become your cousin or your uncle. They're going to always be your brother or sister. They're always going to be constant, always the same. Okay, draw a line to match each cause on the left with its effect on the right. So because the sun warms water on Earth, what happens? So like if you guys have ever spilled water on the floor when it's really hot, the water it looks like the water disappears, right? But if that's not what's happening, where is that water going?
The air.
Very good. So what you would do for this one tomorrow, it's going to be a matching one, but I'll just do it this way for you guys. Okay, drops of water in clouds get bigger. So what happens when drops of water in the clouds get bigger? The clouds get really heavy, and then what happens?
They fall.
They fall to Earth as rain or snow. So then there are large oceans on Earth. So if you were to look at Earth from space, what do people call the Earth? The blank planet, what? What do people sometimes call the Earth?
The blue.
What color? What color do they say? The red planet, the purple planet, the rainbow planet?
Blue planet.
The blue planet. Very good. All right. Question number 4. It makes currents or paths of water that are fast and strong. What does the word currents mean in the sentence? So it says it makes currents or the paths of water. So a current is a path of water. So think of a path of water. If a path, what would a path of water mean? Peaks, rafts, streams, or towers? Streams, very good. Streams and currents are very similar. A current or a stream is a path of water that is fast and strong. Very good. Which word from the sentence is a clue to the meaning of currents? Makes paths fast or strong. Paths. All right, last question, number 5. What can happen when drops of water in the air bunch together? Pick 2 choices. They make clouds, they fill up oceans, they travel underground, they fall back down to Earth, or they become frozen on mountains. What can happen when drops of water in the air bunch together? Pick 2 choices. What do you guys call that? When drops of water in the air bunch together? What do you see in the sky?
Rain.
Huh?
Clouds.
Clouds. They make clouds. And then what happens when they get heavy?
The rain starts
to
to fall back down.
They fall back down to Earth. So the answers for this one would be A and D. They make clouds, and then those clouds fall back down to Earth as rain. All right, guys, that was so good. You guys are getting so much better at these comprehension and selection tests. However, what I've noticed though, is even though you guys are getting so much quicker at doing it with me, I don't know why, but a lot of your scores have been going down. So I don't know if it's maybe you guys are just rushing through your test. I don't know if you're not taking your time, or I don't know if maybe I don't know. I don't know what's going on because it seems like you guys have a better understanding of the comprehension and selection tests, but some of your scores have been going down. So if you guys need help, you need to ask me after class. You can also watch this YouTube video. I recommend watching this YouTube video again, because that's how you know you're going to do your very best. Now we have about 5 minutes left in class. So what I expect you guys to do before you go to PE is to work on your practice spelling, vocabulary, grammar, mechanics, and selfie writing. If you've done some of those already, then do the ones you haven't done. If you have not finished your digital trifold, you need to finish that. If you guys have any questions, you can stay and ask them. If not, I will see you guys at 10:15 for math.